The opinions expressed in this podcast may cause offence. Wayne and Trev do not give a stuff.
You're listening to A Midlife Less Ordinary, the weekly podcast giving you the lowdown on becoming a cool older dude. The good times are not a faded memory. It's time to start living them again. And here are your hosts, Wayne and Trev.
Hello everyone, my name's Wayne and you're another A Midlife Less Ordinary, and I've got my partner in crime waiting to say hello. Trev, how you doing this week?
Welcome to Blind Date. I've got three. I couldn't think of the thing.
I would have. If you told me you was going to do that, I would have keyed up the music for you.
Spontaneity, that is. Yeah. What was wrong with Cilla Black's teeth?
Yeah, they weren't good, were they? She looked like a rabbit, didn't she? Yeah.
She looked like she had a gum shield in permanently.
She's been punched a few times, yeah.
That's the other thing as well with Cilla Black.
We better speak ill of the dead, actually, would you?
Well, we always do anyway, because they can't sue us.
That's true, yeah, we can. Yeah, carry on.
But the thing is, with Cilla Black, she was like a big showbiz personality, but she was bright ginger and goofy as fuck.
What about Ed Sheeran? We ain't goofy, but...
Who's you play for?
Probably PSG, like all the others.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can afford to pay his loan for. Yeah, no, but really?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I know what you're saying. But she was meant to be a brilliant singer in this Priscilla White then, wasn't she? As a singer in the 60s.
Yeah, no, not being funny, Cilla Black wasn't a Kirsty Gallagher, was she?
You sound like my dad used to be like this, like saying, where's she on telly? Well, maybe she was talented in other ways.
My dad used to do that. Yeah, especially, who was that one he really hated? Because for some reason, my old man, I think, heard a rumour that, I think it was Petula Clark. Do you remember Petula Clark?
Yeah.
I think it was her. Yeah. Downtown, that's it. And I think he heard a rumour that she did the hoovering with nothing on. I don't know where, but all he kept saying, every time she appeared on TV, he's like, dirty woman, dirty cow. Never doesn't wear any knickers when she does.
Oh, not being funny, she ain't dirty. She's doing the hoovering, isn't she? She ain't dirty.
But she didn't wear any knickers. That was why. He was hung up about it. Really was. Yeah, he really was. Talking of knickers.
Yep.
Is that what are we doing? We're doing online dating.
Well, yes, I was just going to come to that.
That's a little bit of a link.
And there's a little link. Today's episode is all entitled, Let's Go Online Dating. Now, you don't have to be single to listen to this episode. This is all about...
Well, I've never done it.
No, you haven't.
I'm totally. You are the. You
watched me doing it, don't you? Yeah,
I did watch you do it. We had good fun. I had good fun watching you do it.
We're not. Yeah. We're going to say now, as you can probably know yourselves, we're not relationship experts. We're not pertaining to be relationship experts. You get on with that yourself.
I wouldn't say that I'm a relationship expert in the last 6 months. We'll explain that later.
Let's not go there.
We will do.
And I'm not hardly one to talk either, really, to be honest. So we're not pertaining to be that. And a lot of you are happily married. A lot of our listeners are happily married, and please stay that way if you are happy. But, you know, this is just an entertaining look at how you do it, my experiences of it. And I would only, if I wasn't as confident as I am in helping anyone that wanted to go online dating, I can really help the men in particular. Obviously, I'm not inside the female mind, but I kind of know what they expect.
I'd like to
on
be.
Online dating. You would never will.
But the thing is, would you want to know?
I just think that men are from Mars and women are from Venus is true. It's just we'll never understand it. It's no point in trying to understand it.
Never understand each other.
No.
That's the way to do it.
Exactly. That's why I tried it.
Never understand each other.
Dating Russian and ladies from abroad.
Dating Russians.
Because I didn't understand them at all. It was just better that way, wasn't it? Or either that or gag them, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Is that why you did? Is that why you did it?
Yeah, but
you dated a Russian.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, all jokes to one side.
You married a Russian.
Married it, yeah. But but the thing is with that, it sounds great, but the problem is then when you're quite like us and you like a bit of humour in your life and that. there's so much lost in translation. Yes, they can speak English, but unless they're kind of lived over here for 20 years, they miss the whole irony of our humour.
What you're saying is
she didn't get my jokes.
There wasn't a Russian, nor do I, but
no.
There wasn't like a Russian version of Jimmy Cricket.
Imagine that. Right, no, Russians, I won't even go. That's a different episode. I could do a whole episode on Russia.
We'll have to get like Eugene back on here to explain.
Yeah, we'll get Eugene to say if it's improved over there.
Saying that, you're right. On a quick tangent.
Yeah.
Can you? What do Russians watch humour-wise? What is their comedy TV programs?
What do you reckon it is? No, I know what it. I mean, I've witnessed it.
Do you reckon
they're like, different to us?
Yeah,
they're totally different. Do
you reckon it's like Ivan and different strokes? No. What are you talking about, Ivan?
They have very unpolitically correct gladiator. I should think they chuck them to the lions. Really? People they don't like.
Yeah, they hardcore.
Things that we can't even go there with. But no, it's a totally different. I mean, they've got. I could talk about Russia. I've been there twice, and what it's about. But they will do that for a different episode. But let's kind of think about how we're going to put this one forward. I mean, what I'm hoping you're going to get from this is this. The romance is flowing.
Going for a meal in a Greek restaurant.
It's not La Dolce Vita, Trev, up the road. It's not your restaurant you go to when you're giving it large. Or is it going to be? Well, if it's you, this is more like you. This is a bit of you. This is good. This is more Trev.
Yeah, that is.
See, that's Trev love.
That's me putting my dimmer switch down. You know, so that's to get sexy. Dimmer switch was always down. Right, here we go.
So let's
spray
talk
a bit of links in the air.
Oh yeah, which one? Africa in the original.
Of course,
top. Yeah, of course.
Can only be. Can't it?
Still going now.
Black and purple, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk a bit about it. So, the market size for online dating in the UK is worth about £280 million now, and by 2025, it's predicted to increase to a staggering 6.7 billion. So it's big business.
So what? Again, if I question you about this because you've been there, would you recommend paying for a site, or would you recommend a free one?
I've actually put that as one on my notes. So good question, Trev. Good. So you see these adverts on telly for eHarmony, Match.com, and these kind of places, don't you? And what I'd say about them, I did pay. I bet make clear in case my other half's listening. I don't do this now. I'm not doing this on the slide. This is all in the past.
The good thing is you're speaking to like a public broadcast, and you're like, I'll better make sure my other half's not listed.
Maybe it's not as discreet as I thought, mate. I thought I was having a personal one-to-one with Trev.
You thought me and you were just on the phone.
Just like normal.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But yeah, this isn't me now. This is in the past. But basically, you know, if you just want to dip your toes in and you want the highest quality match to suit you, then yes, pay 30 quid a month or whatever the subscription is now.
We don't get any time wasters, do you? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. They kind of match you up. Yeah, because people aren't going to pay you wasting your time. You're not going to get African Bob in his little hut messaging you, trying to get your money out of you on eHarmony. Well, very much doubt it anyway, unless it's a very elaborate one. But they've got their places. But if you're single, what I would say to you, and Trev will pertain to this and remember, you know, how busy I was.
Back in the day. When I was taking people to the coffee shop, like happy days.
Exactly. The best thing to do, if you're single and you're bored, I mean, especially at our age, the best thing to do is join all of them. I would say leave the paid ones out of it until you discover what you're doing it for. If your reasons are to meet something, but be on all of them. And I'd say try the free ones. Now, I'd say the big two are obviously Tinder, which is the biggest UK app. Full stop.
Is that an actual I've only seen Tinder from when me and you used to like look at it when you were single. Yeah. Is that is a dating app then? It's not just a bit of fun.
No. People assume that, but it's not. I think you're thinking of Grindr, but Tinder.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, oops. Yeah. I thought we was talking one-to-one again. Tinder is it's quite harsh if you think about it. You put your profile on there, and the first thing people see is your mugshot, basically, and they sort of either swipe left or swipe right. Swipe left, I like him, and swipe right. Oh no, don't
But
like
at least
that.
you know where you stand.
Yeah, because if you swipe left, I think it's left. Obviously, I can't remember. It's so long ago. But if you swipe left,
obviously.
and the lady has swiped left to you as well, you get a match. So you only first get to interact. You can't interact until that moment. So if you're going yes, most men go yes to everything. So they're flicking through, go yes, 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 yes. It just goes on and on and on, as you can imagine, because blokes don't give a shit.
Yeah,
but women are obviously selective.
There raging hard on. Yes.
That's 10 pints. That's 5 pints. That's 2 pints.
That's good rating. You should start one like that. That's good.
Yeah, call
10
it 10
pints, 10 pints, 5 pints, 2
Rate
pints.
them by how many
Good
pints
name.
you'd need to do it.
Exactly, yeah. Beergoggles.com. Brilliant. Someone else has probably come up with that, but it does sound a good thing.
I'm writing that down now. So Tinder's great. It's good fun. It passes time. But that's basically what happens with it for you people that have been in a relationship a long time. Tinder is very... And then you do have a little profile there that people can see. And in that little profile, what I would suggest is so you stand out. Don't just put hi. Women hate that. Women want to see that a bloke that makes effort. So use your best photos. Don't use ones from 30 years ago.
Put a dick pic in there.
No, Trev. This is where we're going to say now. Do not Tinder. You'll find. I don't think you can put that kind of thing on there in the first place. But even when you are talking to people, do not, under any circumstances, send pictures of Tiny Tim, because it's not going to go down well. That's what everyone else does. You're the gentleman.
Do you think? Yeah, that's true. Do you think it is? Is it appropriate at any time to send a picture of that?
Look, I'm going to give away the secrets here.
And hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
Do you send one of it soft or hard?
Do I? Or do you?
No. What do you think is appropriate?
Right. This is what people have told me.
Your take on it.
My take on it is, right, when we get into this, I mean, we got to this very early in the episode, and I didn't expect to get here right now.
Get it out of the way.
But basically, under no circumstances ever, there's a big community of guys who talk to women. They don't put any effort in. They just go, hi, I want to see Tiny Tim, and they'll just send a picture to them once they get their phone number or whatever. Do not be that person, because that's what women are expecting. You just become one of the crowd when you do that. Just be a gentleman. Always because women are expecting you to do that. So take a step back. Even if you're chomping at the bit to get it out and put it on there, just take a step back and just say, no, that's not me. Talk to her. A lady wants to be spoken to. She wants to find out about you. She wants to feel safe around you. Yeah,
I would have thought, again, it's not that. I would have thought that male and female, they want you to find them attractive.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't.
If relationships got to work, you've got to kind of find that person interesting as well, haven't you?
Yes, but that's something you get when you meet, isn't it?
Otherwise you wouldn't have profiles on there. You'd just have... I'm sure there's other sites where there's just pictures of bits and bobs.
Yeah, you can't do that on the good ones. Sense. Yeah, I mean, there's sites specifically for that. If you want to go and just hook up with people, there's sites for that. But if you're looking for dating, do not watch this. Up for it. It probably is that, to be fair. But all I'd say, Tinder, plenty of fish. OkCupid, they're all good ones to start. You do get a lot of waste of time on there, but don't stay away when you're talking to somebody. The lady, if you're married, let the lady decide if she wants to see pictures. What you'll find is once you've got to the stage where you've given each other your numbers and she's offered it to you, then she might do that off her own back because she feels safe around you, and she'll ask you if she wants to see Tiny Tim. Show her Tiny Tim, and I would suggest, unless you're hung like John Holmes, that you make it a good one. Make it a straight up and Viagra pick. That's our age. You need the Viagra.
I think he played guitar for Wasp, John. No, it was Chris Holmes. Sorry, I've got the names mixed. Right, yeah. So I get that. So you're not recommending that.
No, but not straight away. Once you've got once you've got phone numbers, then but you don't just send it straight away. As I say, women are expecting that. You can get. I honestly, I never got bored when I was single. I spent my whole evenings on every dating site.
I say it did. Yes, I remember this. It was.
I was never ever bored.
And to be honest, we used to speak a lot about it. We trained together, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're always talking about like that kind of thing.
Look at this one, Trev. What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm going to reply to this one.
Exactly.
Then another one will come through. I'm at the gym. Right, wait until we drop you off, and then we'll answer that one.
Then we'll have a look.
Yeah, this one's come back again. Not too sure about that one. But if honestly, and what happened is, if I'm not going out with Trev, for example, at the weekend, I'd start thinking about right, Trev's not coming out this weekend, so I need to arrange. So I'd start ramping it up. So I'd stay up till late at night, reply, because women want to have a conversation with you when you make an effort and write long messages. So it don't matter. Look at their profile. It sounds awful, but this is what you should be doing anyway.
So what are you saying? So you'd look at the lady's profile.
Well, yes,
and you'd find out what I'm not saying you're lying, but what would you do? Look at the lady's profile and perhaps pick a couple of things that she likes. Do a little bit of research.
Exactly.
Don't try to be an expert because no one likes a big head, do they? No. So you'd be like, oh, yeah, well, I've done that once. It was quite entertaining. It like blah, blah. And you just, and then, I don't know.
That's really good. That is actually really good. That's actually on my notes. Basically, if you're going to, I know this sounds really awful, but I used to wait until women contacted me. But I know how to do. Basically, if you like the look of somebody, and as I say, most men are like all of them, so they're going yes. But if you like the look of someone and you want to approach them, the way to do it is exactly what you just said. Look at their profile, find a picture. If there's a picture and you notice the bar they're in or something like that, or just pick something out that shows that you've taken note of their profile or something they've said in their profile about what they do, something like that. And say, I really like that as well. You know,
you've delved deeper than just image.
Yes, girls are big on that. So, they like it.
Yeah. So what about hold on. I think we should say women at our age now rather than girls.
Yeah. I think we should. Yeah. We get in trouble. Yeah.
Did you get a lot of catfishes?
Yeah. Well, in my early day, I mean, I was right on the cusp of this. 2005. I started online dating, and that was right at the start of it. And one of the first experiences I had was the first time. And I remember I saw this girl's photo online. It looked okay. She looked okay. Oh dear, I've given this one away, haven't I? I've given this story away.
Here we go. This is when it gets down to the real blokey talk.
Yeah, sorry.
We didn't realise that we were going to. Yeah,
I didn't actually mean that.
Blokey talk comes on,
and this is going to sound awful, but I'm just being honest and giving it in true AMLO style. But I just didn't take notice. Didn't know any different. Just thought, oh, she's okay. We started chatting. It's like, do you want to meet up? Okay, I'll meet you here. So I drove. I had my sports car at that time. You'll remember that noisy sound, this low sports car. Yeah. Honestly, when I turned up and she walked out, she made Bella Emberg look like Lena Zavaroni. And I'm not exaggerating. She was about 25 stone.
Really?
Yeah.
This reminds me. Did she have problems getting in the car?
Yes, it actually, she got, and you know me, I'm too shy. I couldn't say, some blokes would just run away. I can't do that. I thought it's my own fault for not doing my due diligence. I've got to go through with it, right? And this is God's honest truth. We said we're going to the cinema. She sat in my car and it whole thing sort of tipped over, like kind of not tipped over, but kind of, I felt the suspension giving up. And we went to the cinema. Lucky it weren't in where I live, Southend. It was in Braintree.
Did you go and see Shallow Hell?
It was do you know what? I'll never watch this film again. It was Constantine, I think it was. You know, with,
the Hellblazer.
Yeah. And we went in the cinema and I could see people going, look at him. What's he doing with her?
Really?
And I could feel, and I was so good. And all I'd done was sat there.
How long was she in the kiosk?
It's really awful what I'm saying. And honestly, it was the worst experience of my life. Do you know what? I learned so much from that. And
it makes me think of
Shallow Hell.
Remember when the Office? When the Office came back and he'd left the paper place and he was repping, and he said, "Oh, I'm going on a blind date," and he turns up at that pub and he's standing there having a drink at the bar. He's like, I don't know what she looks like. I'm just looking around. And like that woman comes out and he goes, "You've got to be fucking kidding." And I've got his face is brilliant. And he just sort of leaves. And it's awful, really. But I can imagine it's like that.
It's awful. Really I've heard loads of stories.
What's the worst part of the catfish thing? Like saying the weight thing, or the younger thing, or they're older.
Well, that's
What's
the other thing.
worst
Why
one?
are you using? I fell for that as well. There was another one quite soon after that.
Think they're getting old, do they?
No,
that's
but let's be honest. If you're I fell for this one as well. So never go for the photos that are there looking like modelling shots, because that's the best they're ever going to be.
See, again, you've got filters now as well, haven't you?
Yeah, that's even
things
worse.
You smoke.
Well, no, exactly. But I've turned up. But why use photos? This is particularly prevalent with men. There's girls that showed me pictures of men that they've met, and their profile picture is a picture with them looking like Kevin Keegan in the 70s with his sort of perm. And when he turns up, he's like, right, said Fred. I mean, as if she's not going to spot that you haven't got a perm anymore. You know what I mean? And why would you do that? They're not going to not notice. Put your recent picture up and be proud of it, but you have a smile. Girls like a smile. Yeah. Look the best you can do and know your level. Know your level of what you're going. I would have thought.
I tell you the one thing, and I must have seen this like in a meme or something, but somebody had put, a woman had put, do you really think that your pictures of you holding a fish
that's on my list as well.
With you?
You know more than I thought you'd know, Trev, to be honest. Yeah, that's one of my tips. That is
right. Yeah, because not being funny, I'm not against fishing and that, but I would have thought, because I don't know a lot of women that fish. So I would have thought that it's probably seen as a very boring hobby to women, because blokes want to get away to do that, don't they? So basically, you sit in there with a picture of you with a prize-winning trout. Yeah, they must think he ain't going to be at home very much because he's always fucking fishing.
Yeah, and they just hate it. Those pictures of men holding a fish, a giant carp up in the air. Women have actually told me that.
Putting your highest score up on Call of Duty is probably not a good idea either. No. A lot of women play video games. No. But they're like, I'm going to be a Call of Duty widow.
You need a decent up-to-date profile picture of you smiling, and then put some others of what you get up to, not in your bedroom.
Not one where you look like Peter Sutcliffe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that wouldn't go down well. No. But you can, but just you smiling and write your profile and write a lot about yourself and about what you get up. Don't write boring things. Just write things that people will like. Just write that you like to keep fit. Girls like that. That could mean you only go for 1 5-minute walk a week. But you know, embellish it. Don't lie. Embellish it.
Don't lie. Yes. I can see that.
Have humour on it. I used to say things on there like, I've got a Swiss bank account and a heart. No, I didn't say that. I know what you're going.
A heart condition.
Yeah, and I've got a heart condition. And girls like that kind of thing because they say, can I marry you then? And stuff like that. And it starts a conversation, you know?
Yeah. So you were going down the pity route, would you say?
No, I wasn't actually. I don't think one did believe it. Well, no, she didn't believe it. She said,
I'm in a coma. Please date me because I haven't got long.
No, I got abused. So I remember one woman saying it's not funny to write that you've got a serious heart condition. My husband died of it or something like that. And I said, well, it's a joke. I said, I can't go. If I was to not offend anything in the whole world about what I'm saying, I'd have to not say anything at all. You know, it's a joke. I don't know what's going on, but you're going to get strange things on. You get people online. There's always going to be. So protect yourself.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you know. What I would suggest is when you start talking to somebody, if you're getting on, you've got phone, try and get them, if you can, move on to going on a video cam, FaceTime or whatever, because you get to see them in real life. We've got all that now, so use it.
I can imagine that. Yeah, I can imagine.
Or trick them. You can say something like, you was talking about, you got a football top in your drawer. Put that on, show us your photo of it. So it's an up-to-date photo. You just find a way to get them to show something recent.
Like when hostages show like the daily paper from this morning.
Yes.
So it's got to be right.
It's up to date.
So what you're saying is, when you meet the one, you've got to say to you, could you hold a picture of today's newspaper up to make sure
Imagine you sound like a right. But you know what I mean. What you're trying to do is trying to make sure that the person you're talking to is the person you're going to see. Basically, and it's because it saves a lot of time. Because if I'm being totally honest, it sounds awful. I hope no one I actually met listens to this.
Don't worry, man. I bet we've got about 3 listeners.
Apart from other half, obviously, who I did meet online as well. But you know, but
strangely enough, before you go any further, we did social media. And I'll mention what happened to me soon.
Go on, tell us now.
Carry on. Tell you now. Right. Basically, I was married for 10 years and I was with that wife, not that wife.
All right, Henry VIII. Bloody hell.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm separated now. 25 years together and then 10 years married. And then, so that chapter's over. And strangely enough, the lady that I'm with now, I met on social media.
Yeah, that's another way people are meeting now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. So, there was me last week saying, oh, Instagram's not a dating app. But strangely enough, that's how I met the person I'm with now. So...
Yeah, although it's not a dating app as it stands, but obviously it's another way of meeting.
I know. I remember when me and you were we're doing this kind of thing and like kind of looking into it for you. We were always like kind of on social media, weren't we? Looking at what they were sort of real because it gives you a lot of way, I would have thought. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I this sounds awful as well. I can't believe I'd say, but I'm really good at it sounds stalky, and that's not what I do. But you've got to do due diligence. There's a bit of work goes into all this. The effort of talking to someone, keeping your profile up to date, keeping people interested, and then after that, do look for him on social media. Why not? As long as you're not doing it for nefarious reasons, it's fine.
Exactly.
You basically don't want. I don't want to meet people I'm not going to like, because what's the point in that?
No, what's the point? Wasting people's time. I would have. Did you? I don't know about if you. I would have thought. This is a difficult thing for me to say. I would have thought mainly men are guilty of it. But did you ever meet like women that were with blokes or married but lied about it?
Yes.
You did. You did.
Yeah, and I tell you, that was quite fun because you could kind of, in some ways, this is obviously when I'm single, in some ways you knew that even if you didn't like them that much, they were good fun. And I'll tell you what, most of them had a lot of money. Their husbands, what was happening was, and working. I know their husbands are working all the time. They're bored. Yeah. And I've even been around a woman's house whose husband was at work as an oil trader, basically. Like she's got like.
He wasn't in a cupboard watching.
No, that's what he might have been, to be honest. I mean, but I didn't really. But I used to enjoy being with it. There was no pressure because I could still be on the dating apps because she's married. You know what I mean? So I could still. Yeah, exactly. But it was quite good fun. Yeah. So when you're single, it's experiences.
Well, you not being funny. You were the one. You weren't in the wrong, were you?
No, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Your conscience was clear.
I used to say to her, what's wrong with you and your husband? No, that's right. I didn't know him. If I knew him, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that.
No, of course not. No.
You know, she was getting what she wanted out. I was enjoying the time, you know what I mean, and attention. But I could still go out with somebody who, you know, for genuine reasons, another week when she wanted to go out. It's just I enjoyed that. So a couple like that. It's like what I would also say is
were you approached by swingers?
Not on there, no. No, that's a different conversation.
Not on there. That's a different episode.
Yeah, that is definitely a different episode.
Car keys in the fruit bowl. I'd be fucked because I haven't got a car.
So
I'd be like, what do I get?
The front door key.
What do I get? Front door key.
Yeah. You might be able to get in.
Get in. So someone would be like shagging my missus, and I won't be getting in.
Just watching through the window like a
like on the buses on Carry On film. Great. Yeah, look forward to that. Great stuff.
One thing I'll say as well is when you meet, on one thing I found over the time, a lot of ladies, and I understand why, you always offer, if they'll offer to meet, let them drive that, but they always offer to meet in a public place, not an alleyway somewhere, I'll say, because otherwise they're going to be worried about it. But it'll always be a public place for the first time. And a lot of girls say coffee dates. Now, I've done the coffee dates, but they didn't work for me. And the reason
doesn't loosen people up, though, does it?
Exactly that. And
stiff, isn't it?
Exactly.
Stiff.
And I got on, and I remember I turn up to them, and you get a coffee, and you're sitting, and I'm good at the chatting because all you have to do again when you turn up is chat. Be interested in them, look at them, and you can tell if there's a bit of chemistry. But what happens is you run out of steam with it, and you're like, "Do you want another coffee?" And then another coffee. What I learned, and they never work for me. Just try and meet them in a pub.
To the point. I'd have been at the point of taking piss out of people.
Yeah, exactly. And then it wouldn't go well.
No. Yeah, that's where I'd come a cropper. But but you don't understand. I wouldn't have thought you'd want to turn up like pissed up, would you?
No, don't turn up pissed up. No, just meet in a bar.
You don't want to turn up like party boy. But
well, no, if you're going to meet, so if that depends where they live. If they live local to you, you have somewhere you have an idea where it's a sort of bar or a nice bar. You can sit there; it's a public place, but you have a drink. It loosens you. You feel relaxed, and then if you're enjoying each other's, what happens is, even if you're not enjoying it, at least you've had a couple of drinks, so you've been out. But if you are enjoying it, it makes the evening progress. And many times when I met somebody in a pub, we'd be going for something to eat afterwards. Never go for something to eat straight away because you're sitting there in silence, stuffing food in your mouth.
That's the thing. When back in the day when we were in our early 20s, I always found that if you were kind of in a pub or a club or whatever, if you looked like you were having a good time, people were kind of attracted to that because they're like, gosh, they're having a good laugh. I wonder what they're up to. But if you stood there just trying to look mean and moody,
doesn't work, does it?
You might as well have had a big neon sign above your head saying, I'm desperate.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, they're miserable, aren't they? What's going on?
Well, it's the same when you meet somebody, It's exactly the same.
And I would have thought what you're saying there with the pictures you pick for your profile, if it looks like you want to go somewhere in between because you want to look interesting, I would have thought. But you don't want to be so into like rock climbing that you're not going to make time for that. But is that correct?
No, exactly that. You wouldn't want every picture to be a rock climber, but if that's what you do, put a picture on there of you and you're getting enjoying it with a smile on your face because ladies like to see that. They want to see a genuine person who enjoys life, looks after themselves, got a good job. They always look for security as well. Don't lie again. If nothing's embarrassing. Just know your level. It's no use going for a Heather Locklear circa 1980 if you're looking a bit like.
So what do you think? Squashed hedgehog. What do you think about these dating sites where they're like career ones, where like you can only go on if you earn a certain amount of money?
Yeah,
what about them?
Well, there's a neat. You're talking about sugardaddy.coms and things like that, aren't you?
Okay.
I mean, you've got to earn 100. I think they're probably millionaires. Most of them are. It's probably close to being an escort agency, isn't it? I'm not suggesting that any lady that's on there is an escort, but basically they're asking, taking women out, spending a lot of money on them, and wherever it goes from there. That's a different niche. It's not dating. I wouldn't say that's date. Yeah, because everyone knows what they're getting. See, you're basically you're a rich man, and you could do that anyway. Couldn't you?
Not being funny, I don't really see. Like, I remember like the sort of Anna Nicole Smith. Do you remember her?
Yeah, with the billionaire. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he was really old, wasn't he? And like his family hated it, and I get it. But the way I looked at it, and I'm probably completely wrong. If you want to message us and say you're talking out your bum, go for it. But I think I looked and I thought that poor old boy probably hasn't got a lot left on this planet. So he might as well get out as much as he can, enjoyment-wise.
Yeah.
And if he's got this young woman prancing about with hardly any clothes on around him, and she's taking his money, well...
Same as Hugh Hefner and all that, isn't it?
He's getting something out of it, so...
exactly, exactly. Everyone's getting what they want. You obviously come to some agreement, but, everything's fair in love and war. But, I mean, I'm trying to talk from a layman's perspective for people that might find themselves single.
Carry on, sorry.
It's just, no, you're right. And it's right to bring that up because that is a part of it as well. Some people are looking for security and they will look for people with more money. But, if you're saying you're on the rock and roll, Dolph to us laymen, and you're,
nice.
Looking for ladies, it's not going to go down to any women of any substance, is it? Because they're not going to want somebody who doesn't even bother looking after himself, are they? You've got to look like you look after yourself.
True.
You could look after them as well. It doesn't mean you've got to earn a certain amount of money. That's not important. But some people put importance on it, and some websites ask you for how much you earn. So you have to put, if you're on minimum wage.
Did you put your paper and money down?
Yeah, I put £6.75 a week and
£6.75.
Yeah,
worked at Harvey's news agent.
But I don't mind. I mean, you as I say, try all of them and see what works for you. Tinder's different. Plenty of Fish is good fun. Everyone's
that
been on there.
That seems to be the
single.
one. Everyone seems.
Everyone
to
goes to Plenty of Fish.
Good name, isn't it?
And
Good
every time I used to
it.
go back on there, it was the same faces on there. It's like more like a community of people that are just sad. I'm back on here again. Oh, here we go.
But didn't you used to get that though when you used to kind of go to like nightclubs and stuff? People would disappear when they were having relationships, then reappear because that was the cattle market kind of thing.
Yeah.
But even
I've been recognised off it when we've been out, haven't I? I've been recognised off. I remember a girl coming up and said, "You're on Plenty of Fish," and I'm like, it's not something you really want to admit to in the middle of a night.
That's because you were standing there in like a yellow Macintosh with a net around you. But again, though, but you've got to specialise. We were talking about the kind of sugar daddy ones and that.
Yeah.
But there's other ones, isn't there? Like kind of like gothic dating.
Oh yeah.
If you particularly,
yeah,
I would have thought like the beard thing. I would have thought there's one out there. For that, I get that because you're not wasting anybody's time, are you?
You know exactly what you're going to get. Yeah, exactly.
That's your kind of thing. Yeah, I get
I mean, it's harder for the people that run them apps to make money because the niche is smaller. But there's no reason you can't go on to just one of the general ones and search for them characteristics. You can, you have a lot of filters that you can put on there. I'm just looking for somebody of that height, with a beard, blue eyes, this, that. You can kind of dial it down. Yeah, exactly. I was actually describing that was what I was searching for, and I found you.
Yeah, nice.
It's all good.
You did. And now we're in love, and we do this, and it's wonderful. We've got a relationship. Well, it's nice.
I hope this is helping people, but I think we should come back and sum this up in a minute, Trev. But I think it's that time of the week when we do our little movie reviews. So here's the stream review of the week. So what you got for us this week, Trev?
Well, let's be a bit different then this week. Two things, animated, of course.
Had to be.
The first one, absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Netflix, a thing called The House.
Okay.
I actually thought it was one whole film, but it's not. It's 3 little segments, and the only thing that combines them is it's all set in the same house.
Just an anthology kind of thing. That kind of.
Yeah. From the first one, you think, oh, this looks like some weird European animation. You know, the sort of thing. Instead of it like coming up the end, it would go thin, and you'd be like, oh, what have I just watched? That's it. That's really good, but it's actually the weakest one out of 3. I won't say about what it is, but the look of it animation-wise, it's stop-start animation. It's got a kind of old school kind of bag puss look about it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Which really works because it's got that kind of thing where it looks like a child's thing, but it's very adult. It's dark humour, not a dark, it's a bit weird in places. The second one I thought was brilliant, but they're all really good. It's not for everybody, I'll admit. But if you like something different and you like a bit of unusual, and again, appreciate the time and the effort these people put into doing that kind of stop-start animation and moving a furry arm a millimetre and then taking a picture. I loved it. Couldn't recommend it high enough. And I say, don't write in and say it's a lot of old shit if it's not your kind of thing, because I don't frankly care.
Good that you're finding things that people probably haven't heard of, because that's the idea. Try and get
as soon as I saw it on there and I saw a little bit of trailer, I thought that's got me written over it. It didn't disappoint. Loved it. Brilliant. On to your one, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit more obvious. I've gone for I've kept on trend for the first movie review for me, and I've gone for the film Man Up with Simon Pegg and Lake Bell starring, 2015 movie. A 34-year-old single woman, Nancy, hungover again, exhausted by the endless, fruitless setups by her friends, travelling up to London to toast another 10 years of her parents' successful, happy marriage, runs into a 40-year-old divorcee Jack, who mistakes her for his 24-year-old blind date. Nancy decides to go along with it, happens to hop the most chaotic yet hilarious journey of her life, which neither of them will ever forget. And it's a normal kind of, it's set in London.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Simon Pegg's always worth watching, and it's it's a date movie. Your lady's going to like it I don't
know what you think, and this sounds a bit harsh, but the lady in that,
Lake Bell,
yes, I think is a very weird-looking woman. Yeah, but people seem to think she's really, really attractive.
I think she's a Marmite person. I kind of can see why people like her, but I know what you're saying as well. Yeah. I can kind of see it's Marmite.
She looks a bit like the sort of supermodel thing, where they're not pretty or anything.
Yeah, just like
but they seem to get, she's beautiful, and I'm like, It's got a face like a smacked
not
arse.
bad for Simon Pegg, though, I suppose.
Yeah, well,
that's what I mean.
Exactly.
As usual, we leave the bloke out of it. It's like, it's okay. He's a bloke. He can have no hair and like ginger hair. It's fine.
But shows you how judgmental we are and sexist.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
you can't help how God made me, sir. I'm afraid.
But it's a nice romantic comedy about taking chances, finding things, that by accident, and rolling with the consequences, basically. And it's a 6.5 out of 10 for a romantic movie. It's available on Amazon Prime at the moment. So yeah, if you something for the weekend, that's it for you and your missus. There you go, Trev.
Good,
What's your second choice?
My second one is animation again, but this is actually completely different. The new Marvel thing on Disney, Hit Monkey.
Okay.
Basically, Jason Sudeikis, what is that again? What's his name? Sudeikis. Yeah, he does the voice of the ghost in it. Basically a monkey that's a hitman. That's exactly what it says on the title. Yeah, ever so good. It's fun. It's not amazing. Worth watching.
That sounds great.
As you'd expect, there's a lot of Yakuza in it, Japanese mafia. Good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. You kind of get the feeling it's very Kill Bill, but with a monkey in. that's your thing. Away you go. Yeah, that's enough for that. Yeah, that's what I've got to say.
It's
Netflix, not amazing,
Trev?
but it's good. It's on Disney.
On Disney.
Or Stars.
Oh, Stars. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds different. Jason Sudeikis is, as a voice or in person, he's always worth watching.
I like him.
He's always good entertainment. Yeah, so thanks for that, Trev. And for my second recommendations, I've recently got into this guy. I haven't been reading his books because I can't read yet, but basically Harlan Coben, who's the American author who sold 75 million mystery thriller books.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. He's a beginner, but he's done 9 adaptations of his books with Netflix. Some of them are foreign language. I can't be bothered with them ones. But
understandable.
But there's 3 British ones on there. And they've all got a great cast. There's people like Jennifer Saunders in C. Thomas Griffiths. That's the one out of Karate Kid, isn't it?
Terry Griffiths, is it?
No, not Terry
player.
Griffiths.
Terry Griffiths.
But there's a great cast it. But they're all good. There's one on at the moment called Stay Close as well. I think that's got, what's his name, Jimmy Nesbitt in it. But
don't like him.
No, I'm not a big fan. He's all about cold feet and stuff in it.
Yeah, don't like him.
He's the professional Irishman, isn't he? But
yes,
the 3 British ones. I've only seen 2 of them at the moment. The Stranger, which I found really different. That was about a girl turns up in a married man's life and just says to him, "Your wife has got a secret."
I've seen that.
Yeah, your
Is
wife's
that when
got a
she's
secret.
always got like a bobble hat?
Yeah, that's
on?
it. Yeah, have you seen
That's it. Yeah. I have seen that one. Yes, that wasn't bad.
Yeah. That was Harlan Coben. That was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
And it twists and turns, and you don't know where it's going, and that's what I like about it. It's one of them ones where I'll start watching it at 10 o'clock. You watch an episode.
That was the lady that was in the second Ant-Man film, wasn't it? As well.
Is it her? I didn't know that.
It is her, yes.
It could be.
It is.
Could be her.
It is her.
And Richard Armitage, who's in quite a few things. But yeah, that was the first one I saw, and that piqued me interest. It's one of the things I'll keep wanting to watch the next episode to see what's going on, because it twists and turns. When they use middle class people as his subjects, and I've always aspired to that. So I'm looking at these rich people. They're living in gated communities, and I'm thinking, I wish I could live there.
Do, don't they?
Yeah,
and they're all authors or architects.
Yeah, that's it. Doctors.
There's not bin men.
No,
like people that work for builders merchants. There's not those kind of people.
There's no waste logistical manoeuvres people. I don't know what the polite word is for them nowadays.
No, they're bin men.
But the one I'm watching now is Safe.
Bin people.
Bin people. And that's like a girl goes missing after her boyfriend's found dead in a swimming pool, and it's twisting and turning. That's good as well. I'm enjoying that. And then there's the Stay Close that's on now. So
found dead in their swimming pool.
He's found. No, I won't go into the great details. No, he's found dead in a swimming pool at a party, but you don't know what's going on yet. Basically, you never find out to the end. It's one of them. It's the same as The Stranger.
Surely it's not a documentary about Michael Barrymore. Watched.
What?
All right. Not anymore. You're not.
He's still alive, so we have to be careful what we're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I was going to say something about.
He could strike it rich. Put it that way.
Yeah. I was going to say something about oars and bottoms. But
nothing. Yeah, no. Allegedly. Just so you know. Trev. Let's sum up with for our dating. So, what have you seem to know more than I thought you would. You've obviously remembered a lot. What I got up to.
Yeah, I did. Well, you can just get a kind of idea of it, can't you?
Yeah.
You know, people always be people and do the same things. So, yeah, I would have thought there's a completely different dynamic for it for women and gents. I'm glad that I've never had to do it, I'll admit. But when you were doing it and we used to have a laugh about it, it was quite exciting.
It's good
it?
fun. I tell you what,
you enjoyed it.
When you turned up, and I mean, sometimes I used to go to London to meet them a lot of times. They didn't live local. I used to stretch the area, and I used to think it's a day in London. If we weren't going to a gig or something, I think I'll meet them at Liverpool Street Station. And if I turned up and they were, you know, better than what expected, you'd smile inside, and you'd be like, and if you got on, like 10 minutes later, you've got a drink and you're getting on and your chit chat's going. I used to get a buzz, really get a buzz out of it, and then you went from there. And they didn't work for whatever reason, maybe lived too far, but you saw them for a few weeks. That was an experience that I had, and every time you learn something from it. And to sum up on everything we've said, you know, use as many apps as you can. Be conscious of like catfishing, like Trev said earlier. Be conscious that people could be tricking you. But I mean, it's obvious to spot. If you don't be a sucker, just keep your mind open to anything, and just sort of read between the lines. Try and find something personal about them that's more likely to find that they're real. You know, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Find out about them a little bit. You'll know if somebody's being evasive. You'll know that. Yeah.
Before we go off air, just a very quick thing. One of our past guests, Domenico from Iron Emporium, very good friends with us. He was very kind enough to send us a few bits in the post. I just thought we'd give him a shout out and say thank you very much, Domenico. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, cheers, Domenico. Yeah, really appreciate that. We shall do some social media with the shirts and promote really them because we really like them anyway. Yeah, hence why we did the episode.
This is the reason we asked him to come on, because we liked him and we found him a really top fella. So just another thank you. That was very good of him.
And photos to follow. So there you go. There's our little take on the dating scene. So you know. Don't if you want to ask anything about this, don't be afraid to leave a message. amlopodcast.com. Hit the microphone button, leave a message, or send us a typed message, and we'll reply. Or send us a funny story about your own dating, and we'll talk about it on the podcast. We're always happy to do that. But the main thing is enjoy. Stay out of trouble. Don't offend anyone like we do. We can do that easily. Yeah, we just turn up and we offend people. Yeah. But you know, there's a whole world out there. It's there for you to help you. So don't, you know, when you're even in your midlife, you can find love. It's all there.
Yeah, exactly.
So enjoy.
So goodbye from Plenty of Whiskers.
It's goodbye from him, and it's goodbye from me. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a rating and review and visit our website at www.amlopodcast.com to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. Start living them good times. See you next time.